All right, we're live.
Now we're live everywhere.
Enough.
Good evening, Patriots, and welcome to the Hawk Podcast. I'm Dennis. With me is Jack, and let's stand for a Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, thank you. With us this week, as always, we got the real Jack Jr., who pretty much keeps me straight on the keyboards.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, it is. And we always have Mike. And Mike is Mike. Mike is Mike. We always offer some good insight on the topics we cover, sometimes passionately. And this week we also have James from New York. He's a huge James is a huge Trump supporter. So welcome everyone. So every Friday night at 5:30 on your favorite podcast channel, and also live on our Facebook, the Hawk Podcast. Check us out. Get involved with Saving America. We need your help. So Jack, we finished our letter that we were sending out to not only third-party affiliations, but all those groups that we're friends with on Facebook, because everybody's got their own ideas on how to retake America. I mean, there's hundreds and hundreds of groups. Some with as little as 5 members to ones with several thousand members. You need to read this letter so we can all unite and win back our government. And I'm sure politicians follow Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat. I don't know what else there is. There's Truth Social. There's got to be a lot. I don't know.
Yeah, what was that other one?
TikTok. What is it?
Tumblr?
TikTok, Twitter,
Rumble.
Rumble.
What is it? Instagram.
Yeah.
Facebook.
You know,
MySpace.
You know, they know we're fed up.
MySpace is still around?
Yeah.
Wow.
MySpace?
Yeah.
Yeah, they know we're fed up with the way we
right.
with the way they handle business in Washington, but not also there, but in our local municipalities and counties too.
Yeah.
But they also know we're not united. So what the hell can they do? That's what they're thinking. And they're gonna keep taking and keep taking. But they also fear the day that we, the people, will organize and stand united against these corrupt, tyrannical politicians. I know Jack and I are ready to make this stand.
Yeah.
Mike, you're ready?
I'm ready.
Junior, you ready?
Well,
Yeah.
we gotta do something soon.
I even think James is fed up with politics. I know he hates Lindsey Graham, and he's a Republican.
Really?
James is.
No. Lindsey
Who
Graham.
cares what he is? James is a Republican.
Lindsey Graham's under the disgraceful party.
You're right.
That's a big party.
Yeah.
Graham is about the same as Schumer. He loves the spotlight. He
Yeah.
doesn't say much. You know, it's the same.
Don't do much.
So you're a big Trump fan.
Absolutely.
Why do you think he is the man for the plan?
We need to go back to his policies. This country is in such a disarray. And look what's going on in the White House now. It's absolutely disgraceful.
Do you think he can make it?
Trump? I think he has a better shot than any other Republican, or I think it's going to boil down to Trump-Biden again.
You think he's gonna do it from behind bars or as a free man?
These are just temporary roadblocks. That's all it is, and it's the liberal agenda to get him out, to drop out, and he's not.
Yeah.
They're pretty powerful right now, though.
Yeah, I think their plan is, again, me and Dennis say it all the time. You know, this uniparty and the corrupt socialists that are in government today that shouldn't be there. They're using the law to break the law. So, the indictments that are on him already are illegal. So, but they don't care. So if you don't care about the law of the land, and you turn into a true banana republic, look at it. And then you look at it and get a guy like that, like Trump. And believe me, I'm not fighting you against Trump. I thought he did very well for this country. But what I'm saying is the establishments that's there today. We said it last week. Trump kicked the apple cart over for everybody there because it's a uniparty. There is not a Republican or a Democrat party, in my opinion. I think they're all out there to keep what they got. And so let's say they do succeed to get Trump. And the worst scenario for a Trump supporter comes to fruition. The next guy in line, why would they not do the same thing to him?
They just might.
I think they definitely will.
DeSantis is no different, or any other Republican in line. The Democratic Party is just going to keep doing what they're doing.
So then what happens? What do we do?
You know, they win again, like the last two elections.
You know, you're not the only one who's got that kind of attitude with Trump. This came from David Dixon. And I told him I was only going to use first names on this. He goes, I'm from Louisiana. I said, give me your name and where you're from. He goes, Louisiana, I'm not afraid to post my name. David Dixon. So thank you, David. Joe Biden should have never been elected president or even served in the Senate. When the unbelievable happens, this guy gets voted in. It's a sad day for America. His administration or so-called government officials are running him, not the other way around. In my view, Donald Trump is the only one who can go after the nuts, ruining our country like no one else can. He is fearless. DeSantis and the rest of the running against are absolute traitors in my book. After all, Trump has been true. They should have had his back.
And I tell you what, I had said it. I don't want to throw Dennis in there in case it wasn't his true feelings, but I had mentioned that you know what, if Trump is going to decide to run, that the Republican Party, if they wanted to show that they were a true Republican Party and independent away from the Democrat Party, they would coalesce around Trump and not have
all these people
17
of them, something like that.
You know, so to me, the state of the Republican Party is in a lot of trouble. To myself, I don't even believe that Trump, you know, other than the fact of what me and Dennis are fighting right now, that if you're not part of one of the two parties, you're not going to get elected. Ross Perot showed that no matter how much money you have. But, you know, that being said,
you know, but we have a basic plan. And what it'll do is give people a conduit under like a Stand United Party with the possibility of bringing millions of people together under one umbrella. Still keep your same name, still do what you're doing. And that's what the reality of our politicians. They fear the most, a united people, willing and able to put these politicians where they need to be. No one's been doing it. The parties don't do it. No longer we need to call ourselves third parties. We're minor parties, uniting to show these politicians we're tired of their games.
well, you know, with Dennis, with this plan, when you have enough minor parties under the same canopy or whatever object you want to use, they can't pick you off because now there's hundreds of them and they all stand for the same thing.
Corruption.
Exactly. To remove you two parties that are there now that have showed your failures every day of our lives, and now our posterity's life, our future lives, are now in ruins because of your two-party policies. So once we start all getting together, yeah, they're under different banners, but they're all under the same awning. So now you can't get rid of millions of people wanting the same thing. Maybe hundreds of millions. We don't know how many. At least, so let's say, what was it? Let's say around 150 people eligible voters in this country. If you have 75 million that are willing to try a different hand, again, as a Trump supporter, take one of his phrases, what the hell you got to lose?
That's right.
Now, these two major parties, it's like getting crabgrass out of your front yard. You know, you have to take care of the whole yard now. That's how entrenched it will be.
You know, these politicians need to be out of work. Some need to be tried for crimes they've committed, like insider trading, failure to uphold the Constitution of the United States by not securing our borders, taxation on all of us, overtaxation. That's both parties, people.
Yeah. And we weren't
They've
invited last week.
they've had the opportunity to make the border safe. They have all failed. No matter what, there's always a Republican or Democrat that's going to put a wedge in there and it doesn't get through. An amazing part of our plan is that you keep doing the same thing you're doing. Keep the same people in your group and build it up. Same thing for your party. Keep your party name and affiliation. But we need to create a web page with all our logos, all our groups, everything. Each of us trying what each of us is trying to achieve. You remain autonomous,
Mm-hmm.
but now you have hundreds of thousands, possibly millions of people seeing what you have to offer.
Autonomous. That's a $10 word.
I talked that a lot of stuff.
It's spelled wrong, but it sounds good.
I spelled it wrong. To make a difference in this country, we need ballot recognition in 50 states, plus the territories, so we can help each other achieve that. So if the People's Party is not recognized in South Carolina, I don't know if they are or not, but our party, Independent Constitutional Party, we get on the ballot. Now, the Libertarian Party has a conduit for, the Alliance Party, the People Party, other constitutional parties. All right, we got a group that's in South Carolina. Hey, we got this guy in South Carolina. It's good. See if we can get him on. See if they'll back him.
Yeah, run it under this banner. This is
Yep.
ours.
This is our
and
banner.
this-
Run under the banner.
This is his trademark.
Now that party has access to be on the ballot in South Carolina. You can't beat it. And if you don't see what's happening in America right now, I feel sorry for you. I mean, this plan's not for you that we're coming up with if you can't see this shit going on.
Mm.
And for those naysayers who say it won't work, it can't work, you have no clue what will and won't work. So move aside too. I'm speaking directly to those people totally fed up with knowing that America is on the wrong course thanks to the morons in office. We also understand we the people, the ones who have awakened to these back and forth politics, to these out of touch partisan pricks. We're right. And you want change. We're offering that change to win back this once great country of ours. We still have fight in us. We need fight in you. And for the quiet ones out there, like Junior,
What do you mean me?
kind of way I used to be, very quiet until Jack got a hold of me. We have your back. We will be your mouthpiece. Just stand next to us and help us win. Not behind us, but next to us, arm in arm, as a United States citizen. This is our country, not a politician's country. Get more involved today. You want to. We can do this if we all unite together. Jack, any thoughts?
Yeah, this country was founded. This continent was discovered by underdogs. They were put on ships and sent to this continent because they weren't good enough for the continent they were leaving in Europe. So they shipped them here. So these people said, you know what? There's an opportunity over here. And they did it. The underdog. The Revolutionary War. Underdog. World War I was turned around because we entered it. World War II. Both world wars, we saved Europe from starving to death. Then we became the powerhouse of the world.
Not that way anymore.
And I have a feeling from that time forward, our government was so good and so true that our parents and our elder generations, we trusted our government so well that we stopped keeping track of them. And over those decades,
this is what we've done.
Tyranny has regained control. This minor party is the new underdog, is the new David taking on Goliath. It is entrenched, and you can't get one guy like Trump to go in there and kick the apple cart over by himself. That Republican Party did not unify behind him. But the American people, if we unite together, support your minor parties that are growing in grassroots in your community, and we start going up this ladder, the underdog will come out on top. Because the American underdog always wins.
We will never back a Republican or Democrat for office. It'll be someone in a minor party. Mike, any thoughts?
Yeah, the only time I seen these parties work together was to get rid of Trump.
Right.
Right.
That's when they showed their true colors. It's so foolish that they didn't even realize by what they're doing now, we know that they're working together.
Well, even the bills that are being passed, Mike.
Yep.
You know, we said it last week. They're passing these bills because they're making money off of the tax dollar.
James, you got any comments?
Just two questions for both of you, actually. One, who do you think should be president? And two, do you think an independent party or a libertarian party is just under the umbrella of conservative or Democrat?
I'm really not sure what party they're under.
Well, they're under their
more
own.
conservative.
Well, they believe in as small government as you can. See, right now, what I feel is that the American people have been under this ball and chain for so long that if you got a true libertarian in office, they'd be like a kid in a candy store. It would almost be like after the Revolutionary War and they had the papers of the Confederacy. Everybody's doing whatever they want and they'd start ripping things apart. The country would come further apart away. You know, if you can get a minor party part of like this group that has millions of people backing it, and we could start getting rid of the bureaucracies, because obviously the bureaucracies are running government right now, and they're self-entitled, and they know they can't get voted out. They don't leave until they want to retire, and bureaucracies are taught from the minute they walk in that you can never solve a problem unless you pay somebody to do it for you. And we're the people that we get stuck with the bill. So a true libertarian, maybe down the road, years later, I don't know how many, but when government gets back on track, again, your final goal is always to get the government back to where it originally was, where 10% of the spending goes to government. We are up to almost 50, maybe more than that was a few years ago. We may be over 50% of spending going to the government. The original number is 10. That's how small government should be. Once it gets closer to that, maybe a true libertarian.
And I'm not worried about the presidency right now. I'm worried about getting people in the Senate and Congress, and in municipal and county level and state level. Because if we say we had 5 people that we can get as a senator, they have to come to us to get bills passed. Now you got to get them thinking about each other. Okay, why can't you have this part? Why can't you have that part? You know? So it makes a more, I don't know, open forum where people have to negotiate with each other. What way it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's supposed to debate.
Debate.
They don't
is
even
the best
debate
solution.
anymore. Oh, you're just a piece of crap, you know? Oh, Democrat, you're just a piece of crap. Oh, Republican, you're a piece of crap too.
Yeah.
You know, there's no decorum anymore.
No, there's not. And my point is that we're either two parties. We're conservative or we're liberal. And I believe everybody in this room is more on the conservative side. So which party is this?
Well, the problem is you don't
Doesn't have to be a
have
party.
conservatives anymore. So, what's the definition of conservative? Lindsey Graham's supposed to be conservative. Mike Pence is supposed to be conservative. What's
Sometimes,
a conservative now?
Yeah.
You know, there is. Again, we talked about it last week. These people are in the same pool of money. You know, the Republicans have the House. They can cut the budget on every single bureaucracy there is, but they won't. Because they're skimming off the top of these tax dollars going to these big bills for their campaigns. You know, they're stealing just as much as the Democrats are. So there is no conservative. I don't think there's liberal. I think it's socialist. I think it's a uniparty, and you have certain outskirts of both parties that both parties consider trouble. Stop it. Get in line. Go ahead, Mike.
I don't think this party is conservative or liberal. I think it's a constitutional party. It doesn't matter about anything except is it constitutional. So any law that is trying to be passed, if it goes through this party, is it constitutional? No. Try again. Make it constitutional.
You know,
That's
unfortunately,
where I think the power is. You got to get back to the Constitution.
unfortunately, we have parties. But I think we should get rid of parties.
So did George Washington.
Yep. And doesn't have a good person for any office doesn't have to come from a party. They just have to be understand the Constitution, know that the people are running the government, just elect them to, do the bidding for them, and believe in the Declaration, and all these, the way we, like the Federalist Papers and all the way down through history, like all these changes that we've had. Not trying to divide us like these Democrats and Republicans do. What have the Republicans done for you in the last 20 years? They haven't secured the border. I don't think they. I mean, what have they done?
They got us into a 20-year war.
What have the Democrats done to help anyone?
Except for themselves.
Look at the black community. I don't understand why they don't even start their own party. There's 60 million African Americans in this country. Why don't they start their own party? Democrats haven't done nothing for them. Gave them a lot of false promises, just like Republicans have given us false promises too. I mean, things do get a little bit better when a Republican is in office. I'll give you that. I mean, I'm going to get into something here in a little while if we got time, hopefully, and about a Gallup poll about the effectiveness of this government and what people think. But I don't think you really don't need a party for someone to run. I mean, it's just unfortunate they have to run on a ballot or be an independent. And there's not enough independence to do that.
If you get an opportunity, James, read George Washington's farewell speech.
It's really
he
good.
talks about the dangers of party to the point of exactly where we are today.
Yep. Can you hold off on your Durham report?
Absolutely. Watch this.
I think we're having a good conversation. I think this will lighten it up a little bit more. I also like to find information. That's yours? Yeah, that's mine.
Don't cross them up. I might crash through a pole on the way home.
I mean, I also like to find information that shows why a minor party is the next wave for politics, and why we need to come together under this one umbrella. The first is this: a recent Gallup poll shows that we, the people, have less belief in our government, even across all G7 countries. The Group of 70, G7 they call it, it's an intergovernmental political forum consisting of Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the United Kingdom, and the United States. Additionally, the European Union is a non-enumerated member. So there's actually 8.
They're supposed to be the 7 richest countries in the world.
Yep. The citizens of those 7 countries believe more in their government than we do. And this government doesn't give a damn. As long as they're taxing you, making that money, they don't care how long they go, how long they're in office for. As long as you're giving them more money through taxes, you always hear they want to put new taxes on people every year. They don't care if your confidence is 0% because they're still going to get our money. Because we don't fight for it. People aren't. I mean, we're starting to wake people up. There's a lot of people, but like you said, when we talk about all these other Facebook groups and Snapchat and what else? I mean, Rumble, and everybody's trying to do their own thing, and everybody's got great ideas. But 31% of American adults have confidence in this government. Only 31%. I mean, are you confident that they're doing their jobs correctly?
I think that's kind of high.
Yeah, Jack, you confident?
I think the 31% that have confidence in the government are the ones working for them.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
I know I have no confidence in these clowns, and others don't either. Carmen from Vermont. This is what she said. Vermont here, and my name is Carmen. So many reasons, but come on. The oil here in the USA, the lost jobs, the price of gas, we all know we could be self-sufficient in the USA. Got a good point. Debbie also said, I have not lost what I never had.
Oh, good line.
That's a good one.
And I don't know where she's from and what she told me, But these are people from all over the country. It's been a no confidence since the obvious voter fraud of the election. The ramblings of a mentally deficient pedophile who defiled his own daughter.
Oof.
He and his drug-addicted son traitorous dealings with China and Ukraine. I could fill this page with reasons why there are never a reason to have confidence with this not-so-secret Obama-led government.
That's good.
These are people's feelings. That's what our book is about, Jack. These people's
Exactly.
feelings.
Yeah.
You know?
This book is, I mean, hopefully, the end goal of this book is that these politicians start understanding that they are not right anymore, because they don't talk to us, they talk at us, and they poo-poo everything we say. That you're the Walmart smelling, Bible carrying, gun toting.
They sit up here on their little platform and they put you down in a little well.
Yeah.
You know, I'm better than you. I'm a god. No, you ain't nothing, dude.
Yeah, you're a lion.
But people are fed up.
Made a deal with the devil.
And that lady right there, Daddy, oh my God, what a great comment. You know? But since Biden came into office, we've had a 6% drop in confidence since 2020. 69% of the people, American citizens, have no confidence in the way our government is run.
And yet some of the polls still show him winning if it's him and Trump.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Every congressman or woman and every senator from every state needs to be thrown out of office, for they are the problem.
Yep.
So stop saying minor parties will steal votes away and get the other party into power. I don't want to hear it. It says it right there. 69% of you are fed up, have no faith or confidence in this government. Why not give someone else a chance? Why not unite behind a third or a minor party and see what they can do? Like I said, I'm not worried about the presidency.
A group of minor parties.
You know, we get 25 people in Congress, get 5 people, 6 people, 10 people in the Senate. We can make changes. What you're afraid of is change. But when we conquer our fears, we win.
What they're afraid of. The people that don't want that to happen are people that are afraid of their government stipend.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, again, when we conquer fear, we win. We get a better government that realizes they work for the people, not for themselves. That's what we have right now. They work for themselves. So that's the first reason. Here's the second one why we need a minor party.
Let me
to
just
run
go
for
into
and
one
win
thing
elections.
before you get into the
Okay,
second.
go ahead.
The beginning of the other thing, you said the G7, these other countries had a better favorability of their country over America.
Better view, yep.
And you wanted...
More confidence.
My opinion to that opinion, because the United States wants to be like Europe in the worst way. And I think the problem is why they have more confidence in their government than we do is because they never had the freedoms we did, and we are losing. We're losing our freedoms, so we don't have confidence in our government. The Europeans were never as free as we were. That's why we threw them off in 1776. You know, so that was just my own little opinion on why these G7s are more confident in their government than we are. I don't think they had the freedoms we had. Yours and my generation, and obviously older, are really starting to see the loss of what our children and grandchildren are not allowed to have and do that we did.
Right. So, James, what's your confidence? I just went over about the no confidence in America, in this government.
I would agree with the percentage. The way things are today, that the stock market has not been good since Biden took over and signed, first day in office, signed all those executive orders. His war against fossil fuels, it started then. And everything went downhill from there. I saw on Fox News earlier this morning, Kayleigh McEnany reported, I don't remember the percentage, but since Biden took over, food stamps are twice as much now.
Yeah, they went from
You must have seen it too.
56 billion to
Yeah.
113 billion, and 10% of it was fraud.
It's crazy.
But we need to get back to the Trump policy era. We really do. And as far as the border, how many times did Democratic Senate stop him on finishing that law.
Well, it wasn't just him.
How did Paul Ryan? What did Paul Ryan do? Paul
He went
Ryan
the
didn't
other
pick
way.
up. This pen was like 10,000 pounds to Paul Ryan. He did nothing,
Yeah, it wasn't just the
and he
Democrats,
was
it was
supposed to be a
Republicans too.
conservative.
Yeah. So
He was going to be a front runner for the presidency.
right, and he was, of course, as a rhino and went the other way. So that put a stop on the fence.
Mhm.
But we had a much secured border.
Oh, we did.
When
I'm
Trump
not,
was in
I'm not
it,
disputing that.
you know.
I'm saying the border will never be 100% closed because of the politicians we have now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bush didn't do anything for the border neither.
Right.
No.
Neither did
He's a
Clinton.
so-called Republican too.
Neither did his father, and neither did Reagan.
Nope.
No. Bush won and attacked Iraq because his father couldn't finish the job.
Yep.
And then,
And a matter of fact, Lindsey Graham in the 60s had the immigrant coalesce together and unionize as farm workers. So, I mean, it goes back before my lifetime.
so, I mean, to my point, that being said, I think everyone here in this room, or I can't speak for everyone, but I think everyone would agree that we need to go back to the Trump policies because things are so horrendous.
We need to go back to the Constitution.
I would not disagree with you at all, Jack, on that. Constitution is everything. That's what we're made of.
Yeah, but how do we get people to read the Constitution?
You know, you can't even get kids to read a book. They're
Well,
shoved through-
again, you got to have Congress cut the budget of the Education Department and get 1776 issues in there and get out the 1619 issues out of there and start actually teaching them instead of pronouns and feelings. You know, there's no such thing in life as a safe space.
True. True. Every time there's
You know what? You know what? If you don't have a safe space and you get through that issue, that's called character.
Yeah.
And this country doesn't have any more character.
Every time there's a mass shooting, what do they do? What do the liberals always say? We need more gun laws. That's not the problem. Problem is they don't bring up the gangs.
But here's the
that
thing:
are
what do the
shooting.
Republicans say? The Republicans quiet down like a mouse. They don't say anything.
It's true.
The commentators do, but they're not in office. So the politician just sits there, zoop, can't say nothing.
Mike, what do you
can't
gotta
they-
say?
Why can't they say anything, James?
Yeah.
I don't.
Because
have
they're part of
Because
the
they
same party.
want, they also want gun control, but they don't want to say
Yeah.
anything
Yeah.
because their constituents will get pissed off out.
Right?
There
They're
are
part of
some
the same party.
politicians.
There's a few out there.
There's a few members of Congress that'll.
There's a few.
Well, here's the thing I had in here about Durham, and that's the one you got to worry about. The politician that gets in front of TV and pounds his hand on the table and says he's outraged, and then doesn't do anything.
And that
It's an
happens all
act.
the time.
Yeah.
That's
They're
because we don't
actors.
hold them accountable.
Yep. I see it on YouTube all the time. I see them fighting and yelling and screaming, and you don't hear about it anymore.
See, what has to be shown on YouTube is the party that goes on after that, the cocktail parties,
Yeah.
how cozy they are together in their company
Yes.
together.
Shaking
Mike,
hands,
what's your
smiling.
Mike? What's your take on confidence for this country?
Oh, I think
with
it's
the
very
government?
low. And didn't Biden say something and said it was the Constitution? It turned out it was the Declaration of Independence.
I
He
don't
got
know.
it from the wrong.
I'm surprised he even knows those two exist.
And you know, I was thinking they really don't know about the Constitution or the Declaration of Independence, and I don't think they care.
No.
They don't.
They're making their
That's
money.
true.
They're still in office, lifetime job,
Yep.
and they don't care that we don't have any confidence in them because they're still going to be in office. Like you said, Biden is ahead of Trump. What do they care what we think?
All right, so here's a second reason why we need minor parties running for office and winning elections. And someone said this. See if you can say who it was. We have justices saying that the Supreme Court is going themselves much too far. They're expanding their role into acting as though they are Congress itself. That, I believe, is an expansion of powers that we really must be focused on. The danger of this court and the abuse of power in this court, particularly as it is related to entanglements around conflict of interest. The first part doesn't even make sense to me. But can you tell me what Warren said that? What politician was it?
AOC?
Jim?
Cory Bush.
Mike?
Oh wait, can I have another one?
Yeah.
McCarthy.
All right. Mike, who do you think said that?
Today.
All right, well, if you don't want to guess, I'm going to tell you that it's a left-leaning socialist from New York. Democratic
Shit, I was right
Congressman
my first time.
from New York.
I thought you were setting me up.
AOC.
But can I
Too
mention
late.
something? It has to do with, weren't they doing that for a while, the Supreme Court? They weren't deciding whether it was constitutional
They were
or not.
legislating.
They were legislating. So she's kind of right.
Yeah, but
I mean, for the wrong reasons.
I mean, everyone knows she's a troublemaker. Half the time she makes no sense whatsoever and just spouts out of the
Half
mouth.
the time, boy, you just gave.
All the time.
I gave her some.
All
I gave her
the
some.
time.
I gave her some, Junior.
Yeah.
I mean, she won't limit congressional powers. Hell, they want more of that. Make sure they control you from the day you were born to the day you die.
Mm.
Then she talks about Supreme Court justices getting gifts. And it's pretty stupid if they did get gifts from anybody.
Well, she should have said that statement while she was wearing that dress.
I was
I was going to throw that.
She's
She's throwing stones at a glass house because she's under investigation for that dress she wore at the MAGA, what was it, MAGA whatever.
Something like that.
Environmental thing, I think it was.
The
Right?
metal, yeah, some big party. That was dominated. I mean, she said she either forgot or doesn't remember paying,
Yeah.
whatever it was. You know she's a liar.
How do you forget that you wrote a check for $10,000 for a dress you wore for a couple hours?
Yeah.
You know, and that, my friend, is why we need a minor party, because confidence from our government is low and we can do better. And these stupid idiots in Washington who just throw flames on the fire. These politicians are useless. And this government is useless. And it's only the people, we the people, that can get it back. All of us. Because if they had a Republican, the Democrats are gone. They've pushed this party, they pushed this country. I don't know. I always use downward spiral, but I think it's worse than that.
Well, it depends on which
It's not even
side of the railroad
recognizable.
tracks you're on.
It's not even recognizable anymore.
If you're on their side, it's going up in the exact way they wanted it to go. If you're on this side where we are, which obviously you are, trap door's been open.
So, Mike, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think they're getting richer and we're getting poorer. But sooner or later, whoever's in charge, those people that are getting richer are going to find themselves missing.
Dead.
Yep. They don't realize that's what happens with a
Dictatorship.
dictatorship. They get rid of all their enemies now. They were friends, now they're not.
Right. James?
I would agree with Mike that they get richer, we get poorer, and they just don't care. And it doesn't matter which side you're on. People were saying, like Nancy Pelosi, her salary is $175,000 a year. How is she worth millions?
Well, that's her husband, but the other ones are.
The other ones, yeah.
Yeah. Like her husband was rich before she got here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she's making a pretty good penny on the stock market with the inside trading.
Yeah.
But she's allowed to do that. And she's very arrogant about that.
Oh, it's capitalism.
Like Lindsey Graham, how do you know?
Yeah, how's he rich?
How's you rich?
How's he a
Yeah.
millionaire?
Well, they're all rich.
They're-
They're all
Yeah.
money.
You're welcome.
They go everywhere, and
Yep.
My saying on this with the Supreme Court justice, our party, the Independent Constitutional Party, that's why we say there should be term limits for Supreme Court
Absolutely.
judges.
Yep.
And also, I
We
just
don't-
wanted to say again, when Clarence Thomas has an issue to see if something's constitutional, in the case that goes before him, you know what he uses as a reference to figure it out?
The Constitution.
No. When he can't figure it out through the Constitution. The Federalist Papers.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's good.
And you like to he hit Nancy Pelosi with that one statement, did he?
What was your...
I forgot what he said. They referenced Nancy Pelosi for like one of those denials that they came down. Mike, anything to add?
Nope.
You sure?
Well, I have an opinion after my prayer, but
James too late.
James, you have anything?
let's hear the prayer.
Not yet, not yet.
Now, yeah.
Want anything to add?
This country needs a prayer. That's what I mean.
It does. Yeah, we need God back in
We
it.
need God and guns and Trump and actually have that hat.
I just want to say I got my Special Olympics shirt on. It's that season. The teams are starting to practice
Yep.
for the state games that are coming up in the fall.
September.
So everybody, especially Trump, you have a bunch of golf courses donated so that teams can go and practice on there. That'd be a good gesture. And all the other rich bastards out there, donate what you got. Bowling alleys,
Yeah.
bocce ball courts, swimming pools. Let's get these athletes out there and
They are so
have us cheer.
they are so passionate. It's like it's awesome to watch. They're very passionate.
And talk about the team whether they're against each other or
Camaraderie.
not. They're
Yeah, that's a 5-dollar word for him.
Yeah. Yeah, the camaraderie there is contagious.
yeah,
It
they
is.
cheer each other on.
June, you got anything?
No,
You sure? You want to say anything about the Special Olympics?
not really.
Yeah, you work on it next week. We get closer to the state games.
Yeah,
You keep working on putting something together, and when state games get ready, maybe 2 weeks before you blast
Yeah,
it out.
I'll work it out.
All right, as patriots of this country, as patriots of this country, we cannot say we have no confidence in our government, almost 3/4 of people, and then sit back and let the same two parties run us further into the ground, or even into socialism. If we say we have lost faith, then we need to show them how much faith we have lost in them.
Mm.
Our Stand United Network is our belief that we can unite this country for a better cause, a better way of life that includes all people of America, not just the elite.
The true 1%ers.
That's all these politicians are working for today, the elite bureaucrats who have the money. If we the people want to be relevant, the only way we can do that is by uniting under one umbrella. But keeping your group or party name. Just unite under this umbrella. Millions of people standing together so we can solve a lot more problems than 5 people standing alone. We need to believe in each other. We need to have faith in each other. We need change in America. Don't be the one to just sit on your ass and just be a complainer. People have always told me in life, smart people, smarter than me, if you complain about something and you want to change, don't come to me and say you want to change and have no solution to go with it.
Mm.
Mm.
And that solution starts with this network, the Stand United Network, or whatever we want to call it. But I think the Stand United Network is pretty good.
Yeah, that is.
All right, James, you ready for the prayer? Let's do it.
A lot of pressure on you, Mike.
I have a prayer and an opinion.
Oh boy.
An opinion prayer?
Boy. I thought that was contradictory.
1 Peter 1:21, who by him do believe in God that raised him up from the dead and gave him glory, that your faith and hope might be in God. Let's pray. Our faith can't be in things or even other people. They fail us, Lord, as we quickly realize when we put our hope in anything that is not eternal. You alone are worthy to bear our hope. When we first gave our life to Jesus, we understood that we can trust you, not only for our eternal life, but also for every earthly thing. Today, we put our hope in you for situations we are in, for the hurts that afflict us, and for each second of our future. We trust in you, Father, that you will raise us up too, just as you did Jesus. Please, Lord, bless and protect this new party, this podcast, and all that work on it, and all that listen to it. Lord, please have mercy on this nation, and have our leaders do your will. We pray this in Jesus' precious name. Amen.
Amen.
My opinion is, I think Americans should know their civil rights and use them for the God's glory and to protect themselves. We do this by reading our Constitution, our Declaration of Independence, and our Bibles. Paul knew his rights. Read Acts 16:22-39 and Acts 22:25. Knowing these things will protect your rights. It protected him.
Thank you, Mike. That was good. Thanks for joining us tonight. Look forward to seeing you next Thursday at 5:30 on your favorite podcast channel and right here on Facebook, The Hawk Podcast. Please like and share and get your friends and family involved with us. And if you're on a Facebook group or another party, get in touch with us. USCG20211 at AOL.com or on fedupwiththepolitics.com. That's the website. Have a great weekend, everyone. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Good job.